Character Bio, Takal Dutime, Silver Dragonborn Paladin of Oromut. Backstory. Takal Dutime, sometimes mockingly called Sunny, is a silver dragonborn paladin and acolyte of dragon god Oromut. Born into a metallic dragon community, she was raised on the Song of Creation. This tale explains how Oromut created the blessed metallic dragons. It also tells of how Tyalaga schemes to undermine the divine order through her dragon blight. A young Takal marveled at her forebearers' accomplishments and cowered when she heard the brutality of chromatic dragons. Unwilling to idle until she was of warrior age, she set out from her clan's home vowing to spread her god's tenets. The righteous path proved to be a rough and meager one. Her early years were spent in the slums of Samasla, performing petty theft to feed herself. She struggled with her faith as she struggled to survive. The conflict between feeding herself and remaining righteous sent her to sleep hungry on several nights. During the daytime, she preached her beliefs to any that would listen, often only receiving insults in return. Stubborn in the face of failure, Takal refused to return home. Pushing through feelings of powerlessness, she reconciled that she could shine a light of redemption and lead misfits like herself into Oromut's splendor. Having caught the attention of a church on the outskirts of the slums, she was allowed to spread her doctrine in a safer environment. Took to a convent, wishing to right wrongs through prayer and charity. But each day the same beggars returned without remorse. The same sinners repented the same sins. Unchanged, their inaction maintained the status quo. Guardsmen abused their power to oppress monstrous races while nobles watched the slums soak in blood. Donning newly bought armor, she swore vengeance against the unjust and complacent. There's a particularly cold place in her heart reserved for the chromatic dragons and their dark god Tyalaga, who Takal was taught proliferate sinfulness to feed her dragon blight. Under Oromut's gaze, she hunts the source of dragon blight while providing and receiving assistance from only those that meet her high moral standards. Skills and abilities. Wields a one-handed weapon and shield while wearing heavy armor. Can expel icy cold breath. Resists cold temperatures, but is deeply uncomfortable with heat. Channels holy power to heal or bolster attacks. Divine commands can protect allies, compel honorable duels, or mark evil targets for destruction. Personality notes, Enneagram 1W9. Takal's self-righteousness stems from a desire to live properly. In the shadows of her mind lives a fear of self-reflection. By painting the drop world black and white, she can be confident that she is on the side of justice. Her upbringing as a juvenile delinquent exposed her to unprompted and excessive cruelty. She saw a solution in religion, whose work was determining morality. Takal had faith that clinging to the clergy would move her from wrongdoer to righteous. Time shattered this illusion. By focusing on the meek, the church allowed evil to run rampant. Takal has determined that the best way to improve the drop world wasn't to increase the kindness, but kill the cruelty. She becomes uncomfortable when her righteousness is challenged, because she harbors doubts that binary morality exists outside her own mind. Quirks. Sensitive to heat due to silver dragon heritage. Particularly sensitive to hot food. Dislikes sweets, alcohol, smoking, and other indulgences. Abhors thievery and complacency as well. Cold breath occasionally forms mist in the air. Cannot sweat. Panting relieves excess body heat. Characteristics. Species, metallic dragonborn. Age, 26. Height, 6 feet 2 inches. Weight 264 pounds. Gender, female. Eyes, icy blue. Hair, none. Skin, bluish silver. Voice, low-pitched with formal diction. Nicknames, Sunny, Tea Kettle.